Canoo stock price is trading at 55 cents per share. That's a whopping decrease from the close to $20 per share Canoo stock was trading at near January of 2021. The huge stock price crash has many investors asking, where will Canoo stock be next year, or where will Canoo stock be 2 years from now? So in this video, I'm going to provide some brief insight into where Canoo stock price can go. So let's get right into it. Now, when I'm looking at where a stock price can go over the next couple of years, I'm looking at where the company can be over the next couple of years, meaning revenue, profits, expenses, cash flow, because that's what I feel is going to determine where the stock price can go. So let's take a look at some fundamental metrics that management laid out for investors in their most recent conference call. So management said the progress in 2023 and beyond, they expect a 25 to 30% decrease in their annual operating expenses compared to 2022. That's really good news. Lower expenses means a higher potential profit when the company eventually starts making sales, which I think is going to be around the second or third quarter of this year. They're going to start making some sales. Up until now, the company has invested $1.4 billion in the company on research and development, developing the technology, testing, sales staff, and all of that stuff that's required to get the company up and running. Now it's in a position to start reaping some of the benefits from those massive investments the company has laid out. Management expects to reach the 20,000 run rate in manufacturing readiness, which we continue to refine across their partners and long-term shareholders. So management expects that it could reach a 20,000 vehicle run rate by the end of 2023. By the end of 2023, that would be huge. They would need to show evidence of that. They would need to show evidence of that as the year goes on in order to get investors to believe in that outlook, because a lot of EV companies, including Canoo, have given these ambitious forecasts and ambitious outlooks only to delay them and push them further out and decrease the actual numbers when the time comes to show evidence. Moreover, based on their current models, they believe they can get to a 40,000 vehicle run rate by 2024, which, if they are to achieve those two milestones, they think it'll put them in position to target being gross profit margin positive in 2025 based on their current pricing. So if the company does hit these three targets, right? 20,000 run rate by the end of this year, 40,000 run rate by the end of 2024, and positive gross profit margin by 2025, which is 2 years from now, I believe the stock price will be considerably higher than where it is today at 55 cents per share. Considerably higher, because there's a lot of risk that's included in these outlooks, right? When investors are looking at these projections, they're assigning probabilities to these projections. And I promise you, being somebody who's been hired to run financial models for businesses in the past, and I still do this sometimes, I never assign a 100% probability to any forecast that management provides. To any forecast, regardless if the company is Canoo or McDonald's or some mom and pop shop down the street. It's never a 100% probability. And the more uncertainty which is included in younger companies, in companies in the earlier stages of development, the lower the probability the company hits these targets. So as an investor, as an analyst on Wall Street, they're probably assigning a probability much lower than 100% to these targets. So when or if the company actually hits these targets, it's going to cause the stock price to move higher. And if evidence starts to come through that, you know what, it doesn't look like they're going to meet these targets, the probability estimates are going to be lowered on Wall Street, which could decrease the stock price further. So where will Canoo stock price be in 2 years? Well, it's all going to depend. Well, I should not say all. It's very largely going to depend on where Canoo's business will be in terms of meeting these targets. How much progress did they make in meeting these targets over the next 2 years? Did they lower these estimates? Did they increase these estimates? That's going to make the biggest difference. So that's what you should pay attention to when you're following Canoo stock. Each quarter with each update, how are they on pace to meet these targets? And I will be providing quarterly updates on this stock. So if you would like more update on that, please subscribe to the channel. But that's all I've got for this video on where Canoo stock price could be 2 years from now. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.